Hello, this is Brad. I'm looking out my bedroom window to the south, out at my backyard, and the bluffs beyond those trees in the distance are actually right on the ocean. And there's about a 60-foot cliff up there. We're only about 20-foot elevation here, so we're in about a 40-foot hole. These are the eucalyptus tree grove that runs north and south. The Elwood main one is in over that direction, but it's nearby. And this is my current butterfly garden as it exists in pots on my deck, and that's where I hope to put the bulk of the new garden. And then the fence beyond is how I get out to the county park and the butterfly preserve beyond. Here are a few of my remaining windowsill plants. Ice Ballet incarnata. These floppy ones are speciosa. This one here is speciosa that's not floppy. Tuberosas, more floppy speciosas, and a few fascicularis with the red toothpicks. Some of the speciosas, like I say, don't appear to have a problem, but a lot of them get this floppy tendency. They do not smell good because I put some smelly dry fertilizer on it that my tenant complained about, so I moved almost all my windowsill plants outside yesterday. I'll give you a quick tour of this room here. It's got a lot of laundry in it, but that you can see out of the new greenhouse out that direction. Living room, sliding glass door. These houses were built in the 60s. This one has an addition on it that the previous owner added, which is this area here, which is rather nice. It'll be nice to have maybe perhaps a smaller butterfly garden out this direction. We'll see. I'm getting bogged down with other stuff now. Here's another bit of my remaining windowsill milkweed plants. Again, mostly speciosa, tuberosa, speciosa with the blue, fascicularis with the red, and tuberosa with the yellow toothpicks. That was my first system of trying to keep track, but I soon ran out of colors. This whole area is kind of the eastern side of the property. It's about noon now, January 7th, 2013, and I just planted a few plants over there. I'm really starting from nothing with the landscaping because I had some trees and that was about it. The trees, mostly I'm not happy with. They're Brazilian pepper trees, which are an invasive species. It's hard to plant anything under them. So I'm really on the fence about whether I should keep them. I'll give you a brief tour of the outside here. This is my front door looking north. Those are the San Ynez Mountains in the distance to the north. The coast here runs east and west, which is a little bit unusual for California. This is the shady front part of my house, at least this time of year. Garage, a trench that is going to be a French drain because I get a flooding. I have a flooding problem here when it rains. And I'll just briefly cover the rest of the house. Blue agave plant, ice plant, papyrus, not sure what you call this, papyrus, cordylines, and a New Zealand flax. This is the side of the house or the garage. A lot of this clover grows just naturally. It's not real clover. It's kind of just a weed. Make stickers. This is where I bleach my pots. So I use this to dry the pots and for painting. And more clover everywhere. My neighbor has a very nice garden and yard. So I'd like to have something that nice sometime. And here we are on the east side of the house. I'm kind of turning this fence runs east and west. So the house is actually at a little bit of an angle, most of it. This is very nasty mud, so it's good the clover's here to keep the mud off my shoes. This is the deck. This is my addition, a kind of makeshift greenhouse with 6mm plastic on top. It's watertight, and this is kind of like a packaging material saran wrap that I wrapped around to make the walls with the main wall and the door. And this is 0.7mm plastic, and on the inside I just stuck some bubble wrap on there for insulation because it's so thin. This stuff works surprisingly well. There's 2 layers of it, and it seems to hold up well. This is 0.2 mil plastic over here. I just clamped the plastic on. I think that's going to work out okay. This is my existing butterfly garden. The heart of it here, of course, is the milkweed. These are all Curasivica plants that I purchased as adults. There were a lot more caterpillars on it, but I think they pretty much denuded it. There's a big boy right there. So I've got both the, I guess, silky yellow variety and silky deep red, and maybe the regular kind here, because this appears to be more orange colored flower, orange and yellow. This inverted tree-like structure I put there as a place for them to make their chrysalises, but they seemed to like going out here when I first put it here. They would sun themselves, but they have not made a single chrysalis on there. I do have one chrysalis right here, and it's the only one I know about. I taped that dime just so you could see how big it was. Other plants include lavender, which is doing very well, salvia or sage. This one is not really for butterflies, but it's a bougainvillea, lantana, forgot what this is, verbena bonaracensis. This one here is a kind of sedum that supposedly butterflies like. That one, I forgot what it's called. It's not for the butterflies. This one I just got because I like it. And then these are butterfly bushes, which are going to get bigger. The caterpillars don't eat those, but they supposedly have flowers that the adults like. More sage, butterfly bush, lavender, more bougainvillea, and more lantana. This is the side yard where the French drain is on the other side there. This is my tall palm tree, which you can actually see from the bluffs. And so I guess if I put a camera up there, I could have an ocean view. And my shed and the rest of my backyard looking to the south. The bluffs are in the distance, and my bedroom window. So this is going to be my main butterfly garden. I figure I have about 3,000 square foot here altogether. Maybe I'll start off trying to use 500 square feet or 1,000 or something reasonable. Ah, there's a monarch butterfly cruising by right now. They won't really be flooding the neighborhood until the big clusters break up in late February. But we do get a lot of them. The main grove is just that way, about a quarter mile. So I can easily walk out my back gate over there. That's all a county park out there. It won't ever be developed. Oh, and a butterfly preserve, actually. Alright, I'll do a brief tour inside the greenhouse. This just happened to stick here perfectly. So this is a set of makeshift shelves that I put together. I painted these drums black, 5-gallon containers. They're full of water. The idea was to try to mitigate the temperature in here. And it does smell in here because I moved a lot of my windowsill plants out here. Here they are. There's some lineara, tuberosa. There's probably speciosa. This is one of my only Syriaca plants. I think it may be it's the only one I found. I only had 3 sprout from the seeds. Another windowsill set here. This was my lone from stem Kurosavika I got from Live Monarch that didn't do as well, but it's still doing really well. So I kept that inside until now. And these are my germination trays, and they're all sitting on a giant heating pad that I have on a timer, so it just heats at night because it does get warm in here. This table has got all seeds I've transplanted from germination trays, all different kinds here. The Kurosavikas seem to be doing the best of the ones from seed. Tuberosas tend to be smaller, but there's several different species here. These are the Kurosavikas, the ones that did a little better from that I got from Live Monarch. They all started off as about a 2-inch stem with maybe a leaf or two on them and about a 1/2-inch ball, root ball underneath. The problem with this guy is the root ball broke off, but he survived. These ones, again, are just a set of different plants. These are my most successful from seed plants. I got a neighbor's Physocarpa seeds, and these did very well. The only 2 plants from seeds that are rivaling the size of my from stem plants. And then in my final table here, again, all different varieties. More Physocarpas from another set of seeds from my neighbor. I also planted some Kurosavika seeds. This is my little makeshift sink, which drains outside. It works out very well. And my plumbing, I just bring a hose and bring it inside, and then this black drip tubing. I as an experiment, put a stretch along the tables here with foggers, and I have those set to turn on for 1 minute every 3 days. Surprisingly, it keeps very moist in here, so I still have to adjust that. There's the automatic controller for that. And these are just some other random plants. These are catnip, coastal sage scrub, white sage, and these 2 have died. So we'll see. This rack is very handy. I moved that out here recently. I had a tenant that left it here years ago. Alright, so finally I'll show you my germination trays. I got 4 of them here. This one I'm using recycled peat pellets, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Probably not a good idea in general. I fit 14 rows of 6 in this one. It has 1 Kurosavika in the corner that was a late bloomer. All the rest are the Monarch Watch nectar plants. So that includes 4 kinds of salvia, Mexican sunflowers, or Tithonia torch they also call it, and a 4th kind, zinnias. So I have a record of what's in each of those peat pellets, so hopefully I'll be able to sort that out later. These 3 containers are 3 of 4 that I planted on the evening of December 28th, 29th, when and I gave the 4th one to a coworker who's going to help me out with this project in exchange for keeping some of the plants. So she has my small heating pad. Hers are all sprouting now too. So this tray here is fascicularis, which is native to California and this particular area, part of California. So I'm hoping those do well. This tray is divided into cordifolia on this end, where I just got 1 of those, Ariocarpa, Aerosa, and some more fascicularis. And this one is fascicularis and speciosa, and I think I put a few tuberosa in there as well, but I don't know that they've sprouted yet. If all goes well, I've got 152 fascicularis seeds. I'm hoping that will be the core of my garden. But right now I've got more tuberosa and Kurosavika than anything else. These are interesting because the seeds were large. There weren't very many in per packet, but they were a lot easier to deal with because you could pick up the seeds and grab them. Here's some empty seed husks. When they come out of there, the leaves start off being pretty big. As you can see, they are definitely getting ready to be transplanted. The roots are coming out the bottom. Here's one with the seed husk still on the leaves. Let's give it a little tug here, see if it can there we go. These ones here had a much smaller seed. A lot of more seeds in the packet. Probably hard to count. Alright, thus concludes the tour of my greenhouse and milkweed project. Until next time, thanks.